everyone. I'm Crystal Latrenta, Director of Culinary Training for Magnolia Bakery. I'm here today with Delish and Redbook, and I'm going to show you how to make the perfect Valentine's Day cake. So we have a couple cakes here, our classic house swipes and our classic horizontal swipe. I'm going to show you something a little bit different, a little bit flirtier for Valentine's Day. So we're going to do our ruffle cake, and I'm going to show you a few different designs of ruffles that we do here. So we're also going to do an ombre, which is one of my favorite styles. Super classic, super beautiful example in this cake here. And I think the most important thing with a ruffle and an ombre is to make sure that your colors are as flawless and as seamless as possible. So I have 5 colors here set up. So we're going to go from hot pink, my favorite color, all the way down to sort of a lighter pink. So we're always going to start with our lightest color because I like to do our lightest color on the bottom to our darkest color on top for Valentine's Day here, since we have this one, the reverse, over here. So I'm going to start here. And I have all my bags set up with a Teco number 104 tips. It's very important that you're using the 104 because this is a straight tip. You want to make sure that's not curved. So for this design, first I'm going to show you, I'll kind of stand over here so you can see. We're going to do a straight out ruffle. So I want to make sure that my fat tip is facing the cake and the skinny tip is facing towards me. So I'm going to start here, I'm going to move the cake. And if you guys have any questions about cake decorating, Magnolia Bakery, what we offer for Valentine's Day, feel free to comment and I'll do my best to answer. All right, so I'm just going to move my tip up and down in a slight ruffle. Just really simple like that. I don't want to do anything too crazy. And I'm going to do it again for the next level. So I have here, this is a 9-inch chocolate cake with vanilla buttercream. We just crumb coated it. Crumb coating being the operative word here. So we're going to put a lot of buttercream on this cake with this design, and I want to make sure that whatever's on the outside is as smooth as possible and, you know, as keeping all these crumbs in. So I crumb coated this and then I refrigerated it for about 30 minutes. And again, same process. So now I have about 3 lines. I'm going to switch to my next color here, which is just a very slight difference, slightly darker pink. And I'm going to follow the same motion.
Do you say this is one of the more complicated cakes?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely one of the more complicated cakes. It's very time consuming and it's really difficult to get all the colors down perfect and make sure there's just a slight difference. So they're almost the same, just slightly different.
And when you're doing an ombre cake, what is the process of that like? Like one that looks more like this.
One like this. So rather than having all these piping bags, I would have different buckets full of icing, and I would use an icing wand like this. And I would put the darkest color here, and then the lighter color, the next color, the next color, the next color. And you kind of smooth it out like this, do like a sculptural design. And then we take our baby wand, which makes these indents, that's tapered up here, and we spin the whole cake so it gets all those beautiful ridges. So really great, you know, something different, something fun. Ombre is definitely one of our most popular color schemes.
It's really trendy right now.
Very trendy.
For hair, and for makeup, and for cake.
Especially in wedding cakes too, very popular in wedding cakes. Brides are sort of straying away from a simple white cake.
That's interesting.
I think I could do a couple more of this color. It's the middle color.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. We see your comments saying that this is beautiful, and I agree, but it's going to get even more pretty, so wait until you see it at the end.
Yeah, so like I mentioned, we're going to do a couple different ruffle options. So this is sort of our, so to speak, straightforward ruffle. The ruffle goes straight out from the cake. I'm also going to show you one that goes down, sort of like a curtain, and then one that flips up, like a collar. Really cute, all different designs. Super fun and flirty.
Barbara's wondering where you guys are located.
So this location that we're here at right now, this is on 69th Street and Columbus Avenue, 200 Columbus Ave. We have our original at Bleecker Street, and then we have a Grand Central location, Penn Station location, Rockefeller Center, one in Bloomingdale's. Woodbury Common just opened, and I feel like I'm forgetting one.
So all in New York.
All in New York. We do have one in Chicago and one in LA that we're franchised overseas.
Awesome.
Yeah, so lots of places to go for Magnolia Bakery. All right, so now I have my darkest color. I always like to do my darkest color a little bit up here, and then towards the middle, I'm gonna do the reverse of what I just did, so that the middle of this cake will be light.
Mm-hmm.
And there's always a lot of creative freedom with the ombre. You know, we communicate very clearly with our customers, and we always try to give them exactly what they want. So you can do this ombre in so many different ways: dark to light to dark. What I'm doing, which is light to dark to light. Lots of options. So here's where we're getting a little tricky because I'm at the edge of the cake. So now I want to make sure that my tip is going to be half on the cake and half off the cake. So I'm going to do like this. And rather than doing this back and forth motion that I was doing, I kind of want to go up and down. And that's just going to give it a little transitional texture to move to the next row. Perfect. And now I'm going to go again, moving backwards down the line.
So pretty. It's like all coming together.
It's hard to see in the beginning when it's just a couple colors, but then once it's all done.
Does it take a lot of concentration, or like you're an expert now?
It takes a lot of concentration still, even, you know, doing this almost every day. It still takes a lot of concentration. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, and I always want everything to look really nice, so, you know, I do try to take my time and make it as cute as possible. You can see on the top I'm doing a thicker ruffle. I really want it to look like a curtain going down because I really like that look of it's bunched up here and then sort of drapes over the side of the cake like a real curtain would. All right. And this is one of our most popular cakes for Valentine's Day. The ombre pink ruffle, along with the ombre rosettes, the ombre hearts. Lots and lots of options for ombre during this time of year.
Do you feel like you've just been dealing with pink icing for the past month?
Absolutely, I'm knee deep in pink icing.
Yeah.
But pink is my favorite color, so I don't really mind.
Yeah, mine too. Do more cakes and cupcakes have pink than red, or is it like both?
It's a little bit of both. Our Valentine's Day cupcakes, we do pink, red, and white, and then we also have some flower cupcakes here. You know, your girlfriend, boyfriend doesn't like roses. Come in, get some rose cupcakes.
Yes.
I'd
I'd rather have a
love
rose
rose
cupcake than a rose.
Absolutely.
Always.
Yeah.
We should tell them that The Bachelor start giving out rose cupcakes
Yeah.
instead
Oh my
of
gosh.
roses.
Do you watch The Bachelor?
I do watch The
Did you
Bachelor. It is
watch
my
last
guilty
night?
pleasure. I did.
It was crazy.
Very crazy. I'm on a fantasy league and I'm
Are
winning
you?
because of Corinne.
That
So
is
it's
fun.
great.
Do you have her to win?
I don't have her to win, but you get points based on things they do.
Oh,
And
okay.
she falls asleep a lot, which is a lot of points.
Amazing. That's
All
so
right. So this is our first example of a ruffle, sort of straightforward. Goes down and out, you know, light to dark to light again.
So cool.
Very cute. So now we'll do the next one. It's a downward ruffle. So it's going to sort of look like this, but all throughout the cake. So I'll start on this side here.
You make it look easy.
And this one, maybe we'll do reverse. I'll start dark, we'll go to light, and maybe we'll end dark. You guys can decide. We'll see how you feel.
Daniel wants to know if you'll be his Valentine.
Well, Daniel, don't make me blush on camera. I'll consider.
This isn't The Bachelor, you guys.
All right, so for this one, I'm going to hold my tip straight to the top of the cake, and the skinny tip is going to be down because, like I said, you know, I want this to look like sort of a dust ruffle. All right, so now I'm just going to up and down the same way I did the top of that cake.
And the other ruffle you did was how did you do that one?
So I did that one straight. So I put my
Okay.
tip this way.
Got
So
it.
here we can see this is straight out like this.
Right.
Just tiny little bumps to
Right.
give it that little bit of texture, make it look cute. And then this one we're gonna go
Cool.
straight up and down. Yeah, I really like this design. I think it's really trendy, it's really cute. A lot of people do this for like sweet 16s or bar mitzvahs or bat mitzvahs, things that, you know, match their dresses. It's really cute. And I think, you know, the most important factor of making an ombre cake is keeping your colors in order. I don't know if you notice, every time I put my colors down, I'm like checking, making sure that
That's a good tip.
I did it the right way. So you can sort of see now coming together.
And can you remind us what kind of cake this is on?
Sure, so this is a chocolate cake, our classic chocolate cake with our classic vanilla buttercream and white. And then the buttercream I'm using to ice is, again, our classic American buttercream, just dyed different colors. And another good tip for when you're making an ombre, I think a lot of times novice cake icers start making their lightest color and then moving towards their darkest. We actually do that backwards. We start with our darkest color and then add white buttercream to that color, so that way you're staying on the same color palette. You don't have to add more icing and oops, you put too much pink and, you know, now everything's bright pink. So it's a really good tip.
Yeah, thank you for the pro tips. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment.
Looking at these cupcakes, are these being sold in the store too?
These are being sold in the store. So these are our classic rose cupcakes, like we mentioned earlier, and these are vanilla cupcakes, chocolate cupcakes, or red velvet cupcakes you can get with our rose design. We also sell succulents, succulent cupcakes, very similar to this design here, on top of the cupcake, very cute. And then for this design, same thing we're going to do for the top is sort of like a petal ruffle. Now moving on to my last color.
I'm like mesmerized.
I
It's so
know.
pretty.
When did you start cake decorating?
I started cake decorating a long time ago. I went to the Culinary Institute of America, and I did my externship here at Magnolia Bakery at our Rockefeller Center location. I was their first extern, started as a cake decorator right in the window on 49th and 6th. It was really great, really fun, and then I came back after I graduated as a manager and just kept on working with the back of house staff, and now here I am.
Cool.
So I'm going to go backwards now. Just going to do one transition color. So I'm getting a little close to the top. And I think it's hard to see in the bags the subtlety of the colors and how important it is to make sure that your ombre is as subtle as possible. But once it's on the cake, it makes all the difference. Now our last color, almost red. There we go, and that's our downward ruffle.
Ooh. One's really cool.
So we have the downward one here, and this is the upward one.
This is our straight ruffle.
Straight, okay.
If we have time, I can
I'm
show
an
you the
amateur.
upward ruffle also.
Yeah, sure.
Sure?
Yeah.
All right. So we'll do it. I'll take this side right here. All right. And let's do this one. Let's do light to dark again. So for this one, we're going to start now. We've had our tip close to the cake. We've had our tip facing up. Now we're going to put this. We're actually, you know what, I'm going to do this one backwards. So I'm going to start at the top of the cake. I'm going to start here. And I'm going to hold my tip up like this. And I'm going to do this here. Just making this nice edge for the ruffle. And I'm going to go again.
Is this one of your more popular Valentine's Day ones?
Definitely one of our most popular Valentine's Day cakes. I think it's a real crowd pleaser, it's a real wow factor. This design is really popular with fondant cakes, and I think the fact that we use all buttercream is hugely popular for our customers, and for trend seekers it's really cute, it's really fun, and I think it's just fascinating that this can be done with buttercream. And so now, this design is tricky because you really want to get eye level with the cake. So just sort of like moving in a different direction, and now I'm going to start putting my tip closer up this way now that I've got the edge covered. See, my buttercream's getting a little warm from my hands.
Do you need it to be cold for it to stick?
It doesn't need to be cold, but it should definitely be at least room temperature. It's always a little bit easier to work with when it's a little firmer. This design, like we talked about before, has a lot of buttercream, so when your buttercream is warm, it can melt together, and then you'll wind up with a sloppy mess on the cake. But yeah, so this design, this upward ruffle, I think takes the most concentration. So it's all about, so you see me like ducking to get eye level with the cake, and
It seems like a workout.
it's definitely a workout. Don't tell my trainer that this is why I've been skipping the gym.
Guess it justifies eating it after then. Right?
Definitely. Do you guys have a favorite so far?
I really like the curtain one so far.
Me too.
The straight ruffle, but I don't want to commit yet because I haven't seen the finished product of this one.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I keep getting them confused because it's just like, I'm just like, it's pretty, I like it.
Now here's the tricky part when you get to the bottom, because you want to make sure that you leave yourself enough room so that you can cover that last strip of cake and also keep that ruffle design going. So it's always a little tricky, and I use the board as a guide. I just have to bounce my tip up and off it. All right, so now that I have all that, I'm going to go back to the top. This ruffle is tricky. It's very cute, but very, very tricky. So you want to make sure that you're not hitting the last ruffle you did.
You make it look so easy. I'm so confused.
Yeah, I don't think it looks tricky for you.
Lots of practice, lots and lots of practice. This design is probably the most difficult for our cake icers to learn because it is really time consuming and there's a lot of detail work, lots of patience.
Yeah, I can see how that one would be like a little trickier.
Yeah, because you see how even where I'm getting a little spikes of buttercream in between there, and that's just from my tip hitting the last ruffle that I did. But this is cute because it gives the cake a little bit of height, it's a little fancier. And you also want to make sure that you're not destroying the last ruffle you did, but you also don't want to really see any white gaps in the cake.
What's your favorite dessert to make for Valentine's Day?
Ooh, my favorite dessert to make for Valentine's Day is our jammy thumbprints.
Yeah.
They're so good. I absolutely love them. It's a pecan shortbread with raspberry jam baked inside. Then we dust them with powdered sugar. So, so good. My absolute favorite. We also have the Razzie chocolate cake this month. It's brand new. I love raspberry jam, of course, and I think the cake is so good. It's our classic chocolate cake filled with raspberry jam, dipped in chocolate ganache, and then topped with the white chocolate raspberry buttercream, topped with a fresh raspberry. So, so good. It's really decadent, and I think it's going to be really popular for Valentine's Day.
I think we're all getting hungry now.
Okay, and there we go. Our ruffle designs.
Ooh, I really like that one too. Oh my gosh,
really
yeah.
cute.
I think that one's my favorite. I've decided. Can you remind us the names of each of them?
Sure.
How they're different.
So this is our straight ruffle. Classic. Walk into a Magnolia Bakery, if there's a ruffle cake, this is probably what you'll see on display. And then we'll move to our upward ruffle. Very similar, but just slightly tipped upward to give the cake a little more height, a little more flair. Kind of like if you were spinning the cake and all the ruffles flipped up. Really cute. And then our downward ruffle.
This one seems like the most polished. It's like
Like an elegant.
Very
Yeah.
refined, yeah.
exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah,
This is
it's
really
the
what's
perfect
popular for weddings, and then these are more for
I was
sweet
about to
16s
say,
and
that
birthdays,
reminds
all
me
that.
of a wedding cake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
This would be great for a sweet 16. So fun.
Thank you so much.
Of course, thank you guys for
It's
having me.
delicious.
Beautiful. Thank you for all your tips.
Absolutely. Glad I could help.
Yeah. All right. Happy Valentine's Day.
You guys, happy Valentine's Day.
Bye.
Bye.